morning students. Today we are going to discuss the Coulomb's law. First we will discuss the statement, then the mathematical form. Thereafter we will discuss the vector form of the Coulomb's law. So statement, if there are two charges Q1 and Q2 separated by some distance, suppose R. So the force of attraction between the two charges or force of repulsion between the two charges is directly proportional to the product of charges, and this force of attraction or repulsion is inversely proportional to the square of distance between them, and this force acts along the line joining the center of the two charges. So this charge attracts this charge and this charge attracts this charge. So there is a mutual force. Not only this charge attracts this charge, but this charge also attracts the first charge. So this is the statement of Coulomb's law, that is, the force of attraction or repulsion between the two charges is directly proportional to the product of the charges, amount of charges, and inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. Now let us discuss the mathematical form. We have seen that F is proportional to the product of amount of charges, so we can write F proportional to Q1, Q2. Now it is, according to statement, inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. So if we combine these two relations, so we find that F is proportional to Q1, Q2 upon R square. Now if we remove the proportionality sign, so a constant appears here, K, which is called proportionality constant. Now this proportionality constant K is determined experimentally. It is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. This proportionality constant is further dependent on another constant that is called permittivity. It is permittivity of free space or vacuum. Now the value of this permittivity of free space is 8.854 into 10 to the power minus 12. It is a constant, but it has unit also. So what will be its unit? Its unit can be determined by determining the unit of this K first. So unit of K will be equal to Newton meter square upon Coulomb square. So epsilon naught is reciprocal of this K, so unit of this will be Coulomb square per Newton meter square. Now if we put this value here of this permittivity of free space, actually this is a parameter which permits how much force will act between the two charges if these two charges are kept in vacuum. So the value of this constant K is equal to 1 by 4 into 3.14 into 8.854 into 10 to the power minus 12. It comes out to be 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton meter per square per Coulomb square. So this is the constant that is determined experimentally. So the mathematical form of Coulomb's law is F is equal to K Q1 Q2 upon R square, where K is given by this relation. So this was the mathematical form. Now let us discuss the vector form of the Coulomb's law. vector form. So suppose that the two charges q1, q2 are having position vectors r1 and r2 with respect to some reference point O. So suppose this is vector r1 and this is vector r2 representing the position vector of this charge q1 with respect to reference point O, and vector r2 the position vector of the second charge with reference to this point O. Now if we join these two charges, so this is a vector, we can write according to triangle law of addition of vector, we can write this vector r21 is equal to is the vector from it is the vector from charge q1 to charge q2. It is equal to vector r2 minus vector r1. How can we write this vector r21 as vector r2 minus vector r1 in terms of position vectors following the triangle law of addition of vector we have studied in class 11. Now, if vector r2 is this vector, so unit vector in this direction will be what? Unit vector in this direction will be r21 cap. Now, if we take vector r12, so it will be what? It will be vector r1 minus vector r2, but it will be negative of vector r21. So this vector r12 is the vector from charge 2 to charge 1, that is in this direction. So unit vector in this direction will be vector r12. So we want to write the Coulomb's law. We want to write the Coulomb's law in vector form, so we can write F21, that is the force on this charge. Suppose both the charges Q1, Q2 both are positive. So the force on charge 2 due to charge 1 will be represented by F21. That is, this charge will repel this charge. So force on this charge will be outward. And the force on this charge 1 due to charge 2 will be F12. So it will be in this direction, because this charge will repel this charge. So this charge will experience a force in this direction. So in vector form we can write vector F21 is equal to K Q1 Q2 upon R square into R21 cap. Similarly, vector F12 is equal to K Q1 Q2 by R square R12 cap. We have seen that the magnitude of these two forces are same, but they are having different direction. So since R21 cap is equal to minus R12 cap, so we can write vector F21 is equal to minus vector F12. So we find that, what we conclude? We conclude that the Coulomb force or the force between the two charges is inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. That is, the force decreases if the separation between the charges is increased, and it is directly proportional to Q1, Q2. It means that if we increase the amount of the charge keeping the distance same, then the force increases or decreases if we decrease the distance amount of charge. Now second important thing, we observe that these two forces, that is the force on this charge due to this charge and the force on this charge due to this charge, they are equal and opposite to each other. So it follows the Newton's third law. So this was all about the Coulomb's law. We will discuss the next topic on the next term. Thank you.